name is Ethan Crumbley, aged 15, and I'm going to be the next school shooter.
That's Ethan Crumbley during day 3 of what's called his Miller hearing that started up earlier this month and continues on Friday. Crumbley is the Oxford school shooter who murdered 4 of his classmates. And the purpose of this Miller hearing is to determine if Crumbley, who was a minor at the time of the shooting, will spend the rest of his life in prison or have the possibility of parole. In that video, we heard a recording that he made announcing his plans to shoot up the school before following through with his plan. Also played in court some very unsettling body camera video after his arrest.
Stop it, why did you stop it? Why did you stop it? Why did you stop it? I know she stopped it, please stop it. Please stop it, please stop it. Please stop it, please stop it. Why did you stop it, God? Why did you stop it? Why did you stop it, God? Why did you stop it? Why did you stop it? You let it happen. Why? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, please, God. I'm sorry. Please, God. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, God.
And as part of their case to ensure that Crumbley doesn't get parole, the state walked the court through some of his personal and highly disturbing journal entries. Let's watch.
I will then shoot everyone I see, aiming for the head. I will continue shooting people until police breach the building. I will then surrender to them and plead guilty to life in prison. I want the world to remember me. Killing myself is too much of a move. People will just forget about me, and I will have never making an impact in this world. The only way is to shoot up the school. I'm going to kill many, many people for no sole reason. I'm going to rain fire down on this school. I will cause the biggest school shooting in Michigan history. I will kill everyone I see. I want to be remembered throughout all of history. I would just hope their parents will fill with sadness. When I shoot up the school, I hope that every parent of kids I gravely murder will be so sad that they kill themselves. When they show the video in court, everyone can see their children and friends dying. And I want for the parents to see their kids burn to ash and bawl their eyes out. I am going to spend the rest of my life in prison. First victim has to be a pretty girl with a future. I know that rarely any shootings have happened in Michigan, so that means I will cause the biggest school shooting ever in the state. I am not going to tell myself I will surrender to the police. I wish to hear the screams of the children as I shoot them.
Doesn't that infuriate you? In addition, the prosecution made sure to utilize emotion as another way to argue their case. Some of the most compelling testimony presented in the record came from Christy Gibson Marshall. She is the school's vice principal. She told the judge about her attempt to try to save the life of a student while he was laying, dying on the floor.
I rolled the student over, and it was tape mirror. It was crushing, and I had to help him. I just needed to save him for his mom.
Okay. How did you try to help him? Could you see that he was wounded anywhere?
Yeah, I could feel the entrance wound in the back of his head. I could see that the bullet had exited through his eye. When I put my hand down on the ground, I put my hand in what would have been his eyeball. I immediately started to take his pulse and check his vitals. as best as I could.
When you started giving him breaths, did you feel like you were helping him?
I just kept talking to him,
And what were you saying?
that I love him, that I needed him to hang with me.
Chrissy, what color was he?
He was blue. But when I was giving him breaths, he was getting lighter, so I just thought they were helping. So I kept giving the breaths.
How long did you do that?
Felt like forever, until they took him away from me. And then when they took him away from me, I was telling him to keep giving him breaths. He needs air. I could taste his blood. There was so much blood. It was all over me. It took me a long time, months, probably almost a year, to get the taste of Tate's blood out of my mouth.
My goodness. It is nauseating to think of the terror that Ethan Crumbley inflicted upon that school and how he changed lives forever. Took away those 4 beautiful lives, and their family members and loved ones will never, ever be the same. Why in the world should he ever see the light of day? That's what I want to know. His attorneys think he should get parole sometime after 25 to 40. 25 to 40 is what they want. Let me bring back in my guests. They are all practicing criminal defense attorneys in the private sector. Josh Schiffer, Meg Strickler, Daryl Cohen, all on the show. This is a tough one, and I want to ask you all to tell me the defense side, because this is what I can't see. This is that you are all wonderful human beings personally. You are all disgusted with his behavior. That goes without saying. But from a legal standpoint, why should the court show him any mercy?
I can
Meg,
answer that rather
please.
easily. And I'm just going to wear my defense hat for anybody who's going to say something otherwise. Mental illness is clearly, wielding its eyes here. And more importantly, he's 15. And so he's very young. And so the whole point of the criminal justice system is to rehabilitate. And so in theory, in 15 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 years, he's going to be 65 in 50 years. In theory, he will have been rehabilitated, been able to process what he was thinking and doing, and he will be a changed man, and that he should have the ability to have parole.
And we need to look at this through the long arc. It's very immediate right now, this undeniably beyond traumatic. It really, we're all sitting here in absolute silence watching that, and that doesn't happen here very much. But a clear window into mental illness and the undeveloped and unfinished brain of a child. And that is why we have an obligation to preserve a horizon where only if he is treated and improved could he have a possibility of parole. Other than that, they're gonna keep him. He's not getting out anytime soon. But to take that away, to sentence an incompetent, due to age, mentally ill person to life without parole, in my opinion, is a violation of the 8th Amendment.
Mr. Prosecutor.
Julie, I can't even go there.
Yeah.
What he did, how he did it, planning the way he did it, with all of the things that we saw on screen, listening to that vice principal, he deserves to never see the light of day. I don't care if he was 7 years of age or 70 years of age. He planned. It wasn't a random act. He didn't just bring a gun and start shooting. He brought a gun, he planned to kill, and he succeeded, and the state needs to succeed in keeping him away from the public until after he is dead.
And that gun came from his parents, which is another facet of this case that makes it even more disturbing. I think this kid is a nightmare. I think he's a terrorist. What he did was terror. And these parents, in my opinion, are responsible too for ignoring the signs, enabling him, giving him that gun. Bravo to that prosecutor for holding them responsible.
Agreed.
Right? Go ahead, Meg.
It takes a village to make us all healthy. and to be mentally strong, they knew there were signs, and why in the heck would you have given him a gun? That was so wrong, and I am super excited to see.
At the age of 15, even if he was normal, even if he hadn't exhibited emotional problems, giving him a gun?
With all those
seriously?
Well, you know, children, and I do know people that, you know, instruct their children at a young age and can do it responsibly. And certainly if they learn the right way, learn to respect firearms, learn to handle them, that's understood. But this is a kid who wasn't learning any of that.
You're hitting on the important. It should be a mandatory obligation for children to be taught firearm safety, especially because firearms are more common now than ever before, and there's no sign of that going away. All children should know basic gun safety, such as never point at anything you don't intend to shoot.
Right.
Don't touch a gun.
Assume every firearm is loaded.
Absolutely.
Literally.
The failure of society is that we haven't done a better job keeping these loose, proliferating small arms out of the hands of clearly mentally ill individuals. It's not just kids in this case. Mental illness and firearms are always a danger.
Right.
But if you work in law enforcement, you are trained to tell your family, look, there is a gun in the house, it's in the safe, but I'm still gonna make sure you children know, don't ever point it at someone, don't ever touch it, and don't ever do the trigger. I mean, that is what they teach their families, always.
Right. This case is so disturbing. I could go on and on. It makes me nauseous. My blood is boiling. I want to come out of prosecutorial retirement and prosecute the case myself. It makes me so mad. But we have to leave it there for now. Tomorrow, day 4. So this Miller hearing, it started up earlier this month. They had to put it on pause because of scheduling issues. It's going to continue Friday. Court TV will be there for it all. We'll have all the emotional highlights for you on Court TV Live.